Vince Zampella, who was an absolute titan in the gaming industry, passed away on the 21st of December 2025. Today I want to honour his legacy by bringing to light just some of his impacts that he's had on the industry. Even if you don't know his name, it's likely you've played one of his games and you will definitely know of his games. So I will let you know all about that in this video. Vince has been credited on 34 games across his career, but has also worked on titles early on like Medal of Honor. He made a name for himself early on being co-owner of Infinity Ward and the work on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and most notably Modern Warfare 2 before a dispute with Activision saw him depart that studio. I think Vince's quote from 2009 when working on Modern Warfare 2 shows perfectly that he valued creativity over just creating a product. When he said, and I quote, "We go for authenticity, not realism. We're not making a sim, we're making entertainment. We want it to look real, like an action movie. You see a guy in an action movie, what he does is a little over the top, it makes for a great movie." This just shows the way he thought about games early on, and he carried that with him for his whole career. Without Vince, Call of Duty wouldn't exist, and not only wouldn't it exist, but the FPS genre and gaming as a whole wouldn't be the same. Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 weren't just big games, they created a culture. Think about all the midnight launches for Call of Duty with your friends, waiting to go home so you could play the game all night and then wake up early again the day after just to play it all day. This existed because of this man, and that cannot be understated. After the trouble he went through with Activision, he could have easily went on to retire from the gaming industry right there, but he didn't quit and went on to create Respawn Entertainment, who went on to make games like Titanfall and Apex Legends. Once again, two massive games where there wasn't anything like it out there. Titanfall found mainstream success and to this day still has a cult following, and Apex Legends was honestly massive and is still played to this day by thousands of people around the world. When tasked with making Titanfall, Vince said, and I quote, "Honestly, we're not shipping the same time as them. We're going for something different, we're not gunning for Call of Duty, we're doing our thing. The important thing is to make sure what we're doing is fun. I'm okay with Call of Duty being big, I helped create it, so I'm proud to see it's something so big that it goes beyond me." Once again putting an emphasis on making a game for the fans of gaming and not trying to compete with other companies, and this showed again in the end product of all these games that he made at Respawn. After Titanfall and Apex, Vince then went on to create the Star Wars Jedi games, a completely different style of game that people were used to seeing by Vince. This was also during the time that the Star Wars brand wasn't doing so well, and yet people still loved these games to death. Other than Jedi Survivor's rocky launch, both games were phenomenal in their own right and people still loved them. There is a third game expected, but who knows how that'll go now that Vince is gone. We can only hope they do the game justice for Vince's legacy. So that brings me to Vince's last project, and that's Battlefield 6. Vince was brought in to try and revitalise the Battlefield franchise after Battlefield 2042 threatened to end the franchise. That game hurt people's trust so much on a franchise so loved by people that even after all the good press around Battlefield 6, people were still skeptical about the game. That was until the beta where the game ran perfectly and people were super happy with the product. A few months later the game released and once again became a massive hit, breaking Call of Duty's peak player counts on Steam and outselling Call of Duty, the first FPS game to ever outsell Call of Duty. The game wasn't just big but will forever impact the quality of FPS games going into the future. Vince's impact of this game and the gaming industry as a whole cannot be understated. During Vince's time working on Battlefield 6, he said, and I quote, "We have people who have been on Battlefield since the beginning, and then we have a lot of new studios. A lot of new bloods that come in and look at it in a different way. It's important, and those Battlefield fans, they know that the core DNA has to be there. We have to get those large-scale maps right." The reason I've given these quotes throughout the video is because throughout Vince's career, he's always stuck to the same thoughts, which is making games for the fans, and this is shown through his work for his whole career. Me and a lot of other fans are very worried about the way Battlefield 6 will go in the future now that Vince isn't there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I really hope they stick to what he's done for this game and honour his legacy. Vince's work will forever be celebrated and remembered. His games will always be a part of my life as I've always played just about every single one of them. And they've all left their mark on me, and for that all I can say is thank you. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.